Hello guys, today we have very unique video which says that how to crack your first Python interview online and what are the do's and don'ts of the Python interview and how you will prepare for this first Python interview. So now we will have Mr. Parth Shukla, who is the co-founder of Knowledge Pro and the Microsoft certified trainer. If interviewer asks that about the application development in Python or the types of applications you can develop, so if that student or fresher is expertise or interested in any one, let's say web development only in Python, so how he will or how she will answer this question about the application development in Python.
So if I talk about application development in Python, so we can take it forward like what all application development you have developed and what all application development is done by the industry. So it shows that not only you have knowledge of projects that you have developed in as an application, but also you are known to technology based new things which are going in the market. Example, I know how to create a Python website, but I should also be knowing that inside a website I can create a Python chatbot. Okay, so that is something that shows you know where you stand and you also know where you want to go. Okay, so this creates a bigger picture of your skills in front of an interviewer. Okay, so you should be good, you should be thorough not only with the language but also its applications where they are utilized. Example, how people are using Python in IoT. Is there any framework? Is there any hardware that implements Python? And if it is there, you should be knowing about it. Okay, because knowing is most important thing. And then after knowing, there comes trying things and creating things. Until and unless you know about Raspberry Pi, until and unless you know about chatbots, until and unless you know about data analysis can be done with Python, you cannot do that. So application development point of view, you should have some hands-on experience of application development as a project, and you should also be knowing what extra and what industry is doing with that application development. Okay, so this is, I personally feel, is a good way to answer this. If I'm taking an interview and in that scenario, what I prefer, I check for, is this person comfortable with the upgrade or not? So this is a first thing that comes to our mind when we are selecting a candidate. Example, many times when we are looking out for a, let's say an example of a machine learning developer. Okay, I am looking out for an ML developer, but the problem is in front of me I can only see Python experts and I do not know whether they can learn machine learning or not. So the thing that an interviewer confirm is, are you comfortable upgrading to some advanced part of Python? Okay, and we as an interviewer, we need to make sure that if we train this person, whether this person will be comfortable or not. Okay, so in this scenario, you should be comfortable with the future aspects of it. Okay, so if someone asks you, are you good with working on a MATLAB project? Are you good with working with OpenCV? How much you are comfortable when you talk about text to speech converter, or when you talk about creating a Python script, or maybe creating a Python game, how to develop a game in Python. So these kinds of questions test your flexibility, and you should be confident enough, because if I am having a confidence that I can train you in game development, you should trust that confidence, even though you don't know whether you would be able to develop a game or not. But trust other person, because if he is asking and somewhere you can try, you can do that, you have to trust it, and you have to get that opportunity to clear that interview. This is the most important part. Flexibility in terms of upgradation, I prefer, is the most important thing. When you promise this thing in an interview, your interviewer, no matter how bad you are in communication skill, at the end of day, person will definitely select you in the final candidate list.
Exactly. So nowadays, many companies are recruiting on the basis of full stack developer. Full
Yes.
stack is the booming word, we can say, in the development industry. Full stack developer in Python. How we can face that interview? Because they can ask anything, or they can give you any example or real time scenario. So how to face that full stack developer in Python interview?
I feel like the easiest way to handle this question is, of course, if you're sitting for a full stack developer in Python profile, so you should be confident whether you will be able to develop front end and back end both in Python. Okay, it should not be like that you don't know how to develop a back end in Python, but then you are appearing in an interview and you are trying your luck. Appearing and clearing an interview is not a luck based process. You have to show that what you have done, and then only you can clear that. Okay, it does not depends on luck. It does not depends on your whether the interviewer is in a good mood or a bad mood. Okay, because at the end of the day you have to code. So how you handle this question is, you should show that not only you are confident with the front end development of let's say packages which are used for front end development. Let's say you can discuss about packages like something like we have packages which can be utilized. I'll name few packages which we generally focuses on for front end development. Let's say Django is a very growing package, so you should be thoroughly good with the basics of Django. Again, okay, as an expert there are a lot of things that you can cover, but at least basics should be there. Now basics of Django means you should be comfortable with GUI part of Python that can also be used with other packages. So there are other packages, different packages for which you can develop GUI. Now, and then if someone asks you how to develop a backend in Python, you should be comfortable with the packages which are responsible for that. Okay, this shows that you have both the knowledge of backend and front end, and of course in this way you can project an image that you are an ideal candidate for full stack developer, especially in Python. Okay, because interview is a scenario where people will try to test your knowledge on the basis of 15-20 minutes or 30 minutes interaction. Okay, which is a bit unfair because you can't understand a person in 30 minutes, but your answers makes easy for you to create a positive image of it. So answer these questions in such a way that you are a promising full stack developer. You know about the technologies, you have developed a small projects, and these projects experience makes you a ideal candidate.
Okay, then now the last point of the discussion is the how if the interviewer asks you about the programming statement, or he has given any programming statement and you have to write the code for that programming statement, and if you are not that confident about the code, or you have not remembered that code exactly, so how to give that answer so that the interviewer will get impressed with you?
It's a very smart question, because most of the time especially in an online interview, people are prepared that they will ask a question which is not so easy to answer. Okay, so if I'm taking an interview, I will ask a question which is not so easy. If I'm asking an easy question, that means I'm making you comfortable with the interview. That's it. Okay, now suppose there is a small logic behind it. Okay, and especially when you take up an example, I'll give you a small story for 1 minute story, and that story is based on, in an UPSC interview, 4 people were participating, and a question was asked, yet you have to draw something which is impossible to draw, which is next to impossible to draw. So out of 4 people, 3 people were trying for next 20 minutes, but they were not doing it. So they thought, let's leave it, it can't be done. But there was one candidate who was trying again and again and again, and that candidate was selected, and the reason was he was trying again and again and again. And this is the same logic that you can try and implement in programming. Now what I'm trying to say here is, even you don't know the answer, you can give it a try 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. If you don't know the answer, maybe you can simply say that I don't know how to implement it, but surely I can give it a try, because in programming, everything is available online. Whenever you are working as a programmer, there is a team to support you. But until and unless you are trying your 100%, no one will support you. So a ideal programmer is a person who is putting 100% effort into problem solving, and it can be with the help of team, your seniors, your teammates. It can be with the help of your Google reviews or Stack Overflow, anything. But at the end, you should have an answer of it. It should not be like, I don't know the answer, maybe I don't know how it is implemented. So it's your responsibility to figure out how it is to be done. Okay, so this is a way you can handle this thing very diplomatically, and it will definitely get into your favor when you are showing that you are confident. And it might be just a scenario that I don't know the answer, but I'm confident I can solve it if I have time.
So you are saying that your approach should be positive towards the problem solving.
It's yes. So the positive approach is the most important thing in any interview, even if it is your first interview for Python. Positive approach is the best thing, and I would say a smile gives you a confidence, and of course a positive approach that will always work with you. If you're not smiling, if you are feared, so that interview may not get into a very positive result.
Okay. So now we will conclude our discussion here, and I'm sure many students or freshers or job aspirants have motivated by your talk and by your knowledge and by your answers. Raj sir has to say something very important for me and for our channel.
So hello everyone. I'm sure you really liked our content, you really liked our interaction and interview preparation. So please subscribe to Tech Guide VB video, and there you can see the subscribe button. Now this is a very good platform for upgrading yourself on tips, tricks for latest technological trends that you can practice, you can watch. And all the best to all the viewers who are subscribed. Please hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching this amazing video. Do not forget to subscribe the channel, as it is very important to like, comment and share the video also. Happy learning.